Hello and welcome to Crazy Yeti Plays Kerbal Space Program.
It's really camp then.
It's alright, don't worry about it.
Sorry.
Hi. We're not homosexuals, not that there's anything wrong with them. Last time we played Kerbal Space Program, we were awful. I've played a little bit more of it, so I'm going to show Devin the gist of it.
I still don't understand this screen.
I've built some spacecraft.
Have you actually called your ship the Aladdin?
I'm going to load the Aladdin up.
That's quite cool. Whoa, live.
That is.
What's the red button do?
I need.
Don't press the red button. That's all like the space phones. Whatever you do, don't press the red button. What's this button do? Whoa! Look at all those. I'm guessing those little yellow lines are your fuel canisters.
These link the fuel tanks up. So yeah. So basically, it just drains fuel from each of those, giving that more fuel overall. We've got quite a lot of rockets on the bottom there. I'm not sure that's the right ship. I've also built for next time the start of a space station.
Have you?
So join us next time when we'll be launching this.
Thanks for watching. See you next time.
This bad boy.
I'm joking. What the hell?
It's pretty big, and it's going to leave this thing in orbit, which we're then going to be able to dock with.
Just to send that.
Yeah, and it still doesn't work properly. You have to get it exactly perfect to be able to get that into orbit as you run out of fuel.
Have you been doing a lot of research to get these? Or have you tried?
I did a little bit of research into this. A lot of this was trial and error.
Is that a lot of mathematics, or you just put things on top of things?
It should be a lot of mathematics, but what I did was just guess.
Fair enough.
But yeah, we've got that part. I've also been working on a power station for
Angry Birds is tough enough for me. So this.
But what we'll do is I'll show you how to get into orbit, because we didn't know last time. All we were doing was dicking about on the craft thing.
Well, that was probably that was me.
No, it was both of us. We were too ambitious. We were too ambitious. So this time,
before Armour 2 became DayZ, let's just say, because it pretty much is. That's the only reason people buy Armour 2 now.
True.
Before Armour 2 became DayZ, I used to take the planes off the runways, because you could actually go into the plane simulator on it, and I used to feel amazing if I just took it off. Didn't never land it. So that's the same thing on this. If I could take something off, I'd be happy.
Very difficult.
I never plan to come back down.
We've got some little lights built in.
Well, how comes night?
And in this update, I think the world spins round and it becomes night. And it's actually it's quite annoying in that, actually, because sometimes you can't actually see anything.
Turn to your left and move it down. Is that the moon?
I believe that's the moon. Yeah, the moon.
That is I'm really impressed with that. However, it's a bit inconvenient sometimes at night when you need to see.
Yeah, that's why we've popped the lights on there, so we know roughly where we're going.
Wow.
So
I ain't got this update on mine. I haven't even been on the Steam store though to check.
Have you not?
No.
Yeah, there's what update 0.21 I think it is. So ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go.
You can tell you've played this a bit.
Best thing to do, well, I've found to do, is to leave it going pretty much upright until about 10,000 metres. Then you want to skew off at about a 45-degree angle to put you in a nice orbit.
How can you tell what's 45 degrees?
You've got this little ball around here.
This is too confusing.
At the minute we're just burning through these four
where's your fuel?
solid fuel boosters.
Do you remember the last time we played? You've got them all organised. You have improved, James.
Thanks.
You have improved.
Yeah, I've got a little bit better, but we are dipping that way for some.
Jebediah is having the time of his life.
What I don't think I did there was lock the thing.
Are we in trouble?
Yeah.
We're in trouble.
Pretty badly.
Are they going to survive? Have you got parachutes?
We'll just disconnect all of this stuff.
That's ruined.
Just parachute them back out of there.
Wow, that's amazing. Look at that.
Just activate. Oh, I've got an engine built into that as well. For some reason the gravity didn't kick in and the parachutes fell off.
They're dead.
They're going to die horribly, yeah. Just turn the lights on though, just so they can see their impending doom.
They'll be fine.
And
does it blow up?
Yeah, it's ruined.
Okay.
So let's just restart that. I'm pretty sure this worked before. So
what do you think happened? What do you think went wrong?
I've either loaded up the wrong ship and this isn't the one that works, or
it's going to be fine.
Or I've just digged that up a little bit.
This is a part. No, what's this ship called?
The Aladdin Mark 1.
Okay.
Maybe there's the Aladdin Mark 2. Maybe that's the problem.
I didn't even give you clear.
Sorry. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention.
There's a bloody plane flying overhead.
It's going to get ruined.
This is that?
Oh, I'll tell you what happened last time. I overheated the engine because I wasn't watching the throttle. So this time it should work because I'm paying more attention. What was I saying? Yeah, so you need to get to around 10,000 metres before you start to lean off at an angle. Once you've leaned off at an angle, then you can start tilting a little bit more and it'll push you into a nice orbit.
I'm so glad that you're doing the talk because if anyone was listening to me and how to play this, I would ruin their game.
It's hard. Yeah, it's hard. It is actually rocket science.
That's why I don't do guides.
So
if I do guides, I'll show you what my guides are like in a couple of weeks when I put up some of my guides.
There's probably people watching me going, what are you doing? Why is he doing that wrong? But yeah, we just got rid of stage 1. We've got stage 2 solid fuel boosters going on now. We've got quite a lot of fuel left in our main sail engine.
Told I've done things wrong. You've done it wrong, tell me again. Right, so
it's pretty slow progress, I'll be honest.
It's going swimmingly.
But yeah, once we've got to 10,000 metres, it'll start to kick off a bit.
So could you pass me my tropical juice, please?
Sorry, yeah, you left it quite far away. Enjoy that tropical juice.
I'm not sponsoring anything, but can I just say
this episode was brought to you by
tropical juice. There is nothing that I'd like to drink more. Okay.
Just to let you know, this episode was brought to you by Morrison's Orange and Mango Juice. Priced competitively at £2.99.
If it had Morrison's in it, right.
We've gone. I'm so too busy talking about your juice. We've gone far too high, so I have to overcompensate there. Oh, I've bollocks it up.
Is this going well?
It's not anymore. It was, but
are we going to go into orbit though?
Possibly. We don't know anymore. I wasn't looking.
So
it went up far too fast. I just had to tilt it a little bit further than I would have done usually.
But we are moving.
So now you'll see this prograde marker move down. That points in the direction we're currently heading.
Oh, okay.
You want that to be around here when you're in orbit, along your 90-degree mark.
But we're not quite there yet.
No, we're quite far away from being in orbit, but we're using the fuel out of this to push us a little bit further in.
How much fuel do we have left?
Not much, but we've got another 4 solid fuel boosters around here, which will push us that extra bit further in space, because at that point, the ship's going to be a lot lighter, and we're going to do that extra as quickly.
In space?
We do, and I've got that covered, so don't you worry. Gets a bit wobbly when you whack the throttle up, but...
Oh, what's happened there?
We've run out of fuel. What I'm going to do is just let it reach this is called the apoapsis.
Oh,
this is the highest point of your orbit, so I'm going to let it get a little bit higher up.
Found some stuff out, haven't you?
Yeah, I'm going to let it get a little bit higher up, but that will drop slowly because we're not.
What happens when you hit
putting throttle on? That's the highest point, so you'll start to drop back down after that.
I'm concerned that we're actually going to crash back into Earth at the moment.
Yeah, we will. But don't worry. What I'm doing is I'm letting that reach a little bit higher, so we're not using any fuel, but we're still climbing. Then I'm going to use the extra fuel to boost us that little bit further into orbit. You got it? Because what we want to be around is about 100,000 metres for a nice circular orbit around the Earth.
The M for the map.
Yeah, but I'm going to come out pretty quickly.
I'm concerned that I thought that you had to have a full circle around the moon.
Yeah, you do.
You had to go around it though.
It has to go. Yeah, but we'll build this up once we're in space because we can extend that out using the throttle at the correct points. So see where now our prograde marker's pointing down nicely around the centre of the globe there. That's roughly what we wanted. Should have got rid of them a little bit earlier actually, but we'll use our solid fuel boosters to get a bit higher in space.
By the way, what are we taking into space here?
Just a little 3-man capsule, which we're going to then bring back down to Earth. Just going to show you how to do it to prepare us for the next episode when we try and launch the space station. So now what you'll see is this climb, and you'll see the orbit markers climb.
It's pretty quick as well.
Yeah, at the minute I can't alter the throttle for this because they're solid fuel boosters, so they'll just burn out. But I can't change anything. We've not got much fuel left in these, but you'll see it's very quickly pushing our apoapsis out. So, see, there we go, that's burnt out now, but we can now let it reach 244,000 metres if we wanted to. What I'll do is I'll probably bring that down, and then we'll complete.
Rotation of the Earth.
Don't worry about it. I'll show you how to do that in a second. Once we get to here, what we want to do is start burning. It's called burning in the prograde. So you want to turn to face prograde, which is the way that this thing points here. So we want to be putting our ship in this yellow circle, and we'll burn our thrusters, and that will extend our orbit. I assume so. So now we can release these solid fuel boosters.
How much fuel do you have left now?
We have this tank here, which has 360 litres of liquid fuel.
How many seconds? Is that like 10 seconds?
It's actually quite a long time. Especially considering we're almost in orbit. Yeah, they've really worked on the graphics. It's very impressive. We've got to show you where the moon is now.
This game's really relaxing.
It is actually. It's a beautiful game. There's the moon. We can zoom out and you'll be able to see the orbit of the moon. I haven't made that far yet.
To the moon?
Yeah.
Or is it the moon?
Because I think because the Earth's called Kerbal.
Copyright.
Yeah, copyright on the moon. That's called Minmus, which I'm assuming is
You've got a
Mars.
cease and desist from the moon.
So, I know, Minmus would be another
the
moon.
moon.
Yeah, there's Mars, I think. Duna.
Yeah, let's go to the here. That top one there.
Elu.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not.
Can you go even further out on that?
Not at the minute. I think Elu's the
Jump in a match
furthest.
relay.
Yeah,
Wrong game.
Elu's the furthest. I should really be watching this apparatus really because I don't know where we are. Yeah, we want to like basically wait until we get to there.
Why we're not orbiting completely? We're actually going to crash land still.
We are, but
Do you want to
trust me. Once we get to this apparatus and we start burning our throttle in this direction, we will extend that orbit and we will complete a full circle around the Earth.
Okay,
so
bring yourself back in then.
Then what you do is you use your thrusters to point back in the opposite direction, and that will close your orbit back down. And you can effectively just perform a crash landing into the Earth and then activate your parachute and land safely. So what I'll do is I'll speed up time a bit. That'll bring us close to the apparatus, which is the highest point of your orbit. And once we're there, actually I'll stop that a little bit early and I'll show you what happens. The ship's spun round now. It's now pointed directly upright.
These guys are having a time.
So we can turn our SAS module off and we can tilt it back down to point in the prograde.
This is ridiculous, man. I ain't not.
Honestly, I didn't think I'd ever get the hang of it, but it's taken some time. But right, so then we'd lock our rotation there using the SAS tool, which is like a stability management thing. So that will just keep us locked in that direction, regardless of when we're burning the throttles. I really need to burn in the. Let's activate these engines. Turn our throttle up, and we'll be able to see this extending now. See? So we're burning in the apparatus. That'll extend our orbit round. It'd be helpful to be watching our fuel here. We've got quite a lot there, to be honest. So we should be able to complete a full orbit. I won't be able to level it out.
Here we go.
Yep. So once your periapsis opens up,
does that mean we will
now we're in orbit.
Crash now?
We won't crash now. What you want to do is bring it so it's a nice circular orbit.
Petrol, then
so
you're basically you're stuck in the world forever.
Yeah.
You're stuck going around forever.
There you go. We've got an almost circular orbit, and we've got loads of fuel left. So that's how you get yourself into orbit on Kerbal Space Program. It's a nice circle. Thanks, man. It's taken a while.
If I wanted to watch a guide, I would go to this one.
It's probably the most comprehensive. It's not, but
I would go to this one, and I would also bring a bottle of Morrison's tropical fruit juice with me.
That's Morrison's orange and mango juice. Available at all good Morrison stores now. Priced competitively at $2.99.
Thanks for watching. So in the next one, are we going to come back down?
Yeah, in the next one I'll show you how to get back down to Earth, and we might start on the space station.
Can't wait.
Cool.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers.
See you next
time. See ya. Sponsored by Orange and Mango.